So yeah, let's start our today's session. You can able to see my screen, right? So today we are I just plan to discuss about this demo, okay? And I'm going to tell you how this software industry will work. Like whenever they get any new project, what are the process they use to follow. So we are going to discuss that. Then after we are going to discuss what is this DevOps. Then after I will tell you which tools available in the DevOps, right? Then you will get some clarity. So software development lifecycle nothing but if you see 20 years back they used to follow a process which is called as waterfall model. So nothing but whenever they get any project they used to follow this process. So they first gather the requirement, then after they will analyze. Okay, after analyzing they will design. Like for suppose I want to build a Zomato application for just for example purpose. What they will do? First they will analyze which product I need to add, how to book. Everything will be analyzed, and they will make a design of the website. Like home page will be like this, right? Payment will be like this. They will design. Then after designing, depending upon the design, they will start coding. They will write the code, and they will design. They will create the website. Okay, after creating the website they need to test, right? They will test the like application whether whenever they book any application it is booking successfully or not. So everything they will test, then after directly they will release to the market. So this is the process they used to follow. For doing this total process they used to take 1 year. And one of the disadvantages waterfall model is, like for suppose I am the owner of Zomato application, they will not involve me. Whatever they are doing, they will not involve me. They will tell that after 1 year come to me, then only we are going to show. So this is the most disadvantages. After 1 year if I see the Zomato application, if I doesn't like whatever I have invested, total amount will be wasted. So that is the most disadvantage of waterfall model. So now let me explain the same thing with real life example. Like for suppose if I have a land, so I want to plan I want to construct a 4-floor apartment. What I will do, I will go to the builder. I will tell that I want a 4-floor apartment. So I'm comparing waterfall model with real life example. What builder will tell, okay, come back to me after 1 year, then after you can take your building will be ready. So after 1 year if I go back and if I check my building, right, if for suppose if I doesn't like the hall or bedroom, whatever invested total amount will be wasted, right? Then after we got one more methodology which is called as agile software development. What is this agile? I will explain this with real life example. So they used to follow the same, but there is some change in process. What they used to do, like if you compare with real life example, like 4-floor apartment, so they will construct only the ground floor. Just a moment. Okay, so they will only construct the ground floor, and they will invite the owner of the application, nothing but owner of the building. They will show, okay, this is the ground floor, is it okay? If you are okay, we can continue. If not, they will modify it then and then, so that here the client, nothing but owner of the application, will be satisfied. So that's the reason agile becomes a huge success. This is the difference between this waterfall. In the waterfall they used to take total 1 year, right? After 1 year they used to develop total application, but here in agile they used to divide everything into pieces, nothing but they will not construct all at a time. So they used to go step by step. So this is the difference between the waterfall and agile. in the waterfall model, they used to follow the process, and final output will be after 1 year. But here, coming to agile, so they used to develop in pieces. Nothing but they will construct the ground floor, then after first floor, then after second floor. Like that, they used to go step by step, and they will take the input of the client. Nothing but who is the owner of that building or the application. They used to take the feedback. Accordingly, they used to change. So this is the difference. Now every company is following the agile model. So in order to work this agile process, in that also they used to follow some methodology which is called a scrum. Nothing but, like, for suppose whatever the project I got, total requirement they used to store in one folder which is called as product backlog. So they used to conduct a meeting. I said, right, like, for suppose if you compare with real life example, I want to construct only ground floor. So what is the requirement for constructing the ground floor, what steps we need to take, everything will be discussed in sprint planning meeting. Then after, they will kept requirement for constructing ground floor in the sprint backlog. So here total 4 floor apartment details will be there. Here only next 2 weeks, nothing but next ground floor, only ground floor related information will be there, and they will start working on this using sprint backlog. So every day they used to have a daily scrum. Nothing but they used to, every morning they used to come and meet, and they used to tell, okay, yesterday we have done this, tomorrow we are going to, like, today we are going to work on this, like that. They used to give a feedback. So there is some scrum master will be there. Nothing but you can treat it as a team leader. He used to ask, okay, yesterday we have planned to construct a building, right, or like like ground floor. In ground floor, how much part you have completed, how much was remaining. Just a feedback daily, every morning. After finishing 2 weeks, they have a sprint review or retrospective meeting. Nothing but in this 2 weeks, nothing but in whatever 2 weeks we have worked, how much ground floor has completed, is there any pending. If the pending is there, they used to shift that into the next 2 weeks. And in this sprint review meeting, they used to invite whom, owner of the building or owner of the application, and they used to show, okay, this is what we have done, is it okay for you. Depending upon him, they used to continue. If not, again they used to change. So this is the process they used to follow. Okay, waterfall model disadvantages. Okay, agile was going on, but why DevOps came into this? What is agile and what is DevOps? Okay, agile was super perfect, everything was perfectly going on. Why this DevOps came into this? So that's what we are going to discuss now. So what is this DevOps? So, like, obviously, which application you are going to use for booking the bus ticket if you want to travel? Many people will like choose some applications, right? And which application you will use for booking the movie ticket? So mostly people prefer Redbus or Book My Show. Why only Redbus and Book My Show? So they were released first to the market. Nothing but Book My Show is the only application who came first to the market and introduced a online booking mobile tickets. Sorry, online booking movie tickets. Right? They used to purchase a movie ticket using online application. So Book My Show is the first application, and he has came first to the market. That's the reason he is still ruling. So now, according to this, the people responsible for delivering application quickly to the market, should they rewarded well or not? Like, who is the responsible for the person to delivering the application? Nothing but whoever come to the first into the market, they should to reward well or not. Nothing but whoever responsible for that delivering the application, they should to pay well. So the simple, if you compare the simple job description of DevOps engineer is to create pipeline to deliver application faster to the market. As a DevOps engineer, what is our responsibility? We need to deliver the application as fast as we can to the market. How you will deliver that? By using pipeline. What is that pipeline? We are going to discuss. So if you compare with Agile, what is this DevOps? I will explain. So if you see, if I will compare with the real life example. So they have constructed a building, 4-floor apartment. Everything was perfect. They follow the Agile process, step by step. Ground floor, first floor, second floor, third floor, fourth floor. So what is the role of DevOps? Role of DevOps is nothing but a elevator. Like every apartment there is a elevator. So what you will do, you will go inside the elevator and you will click first, second or third or fourth floor. You will directly go to the fourth floor. So what you are doing, you are saving the time of the people who are living in that apartment. In the same way, DevOps is also playing a crucial role in the development of the application. So what if you see that, if I give you simple example, in Agile model, they used to install the software manually. Nothing but they used to log in into one server and they used to install. They used to log in into another server and they used to install. Like for suppose if there are 100 servers, by logging into each server and installing, it will take hell lot of time. So we are going to save the time of that company by using a tool called as some tools. What is the tools we will discuss, but using some tools we are automating it. So how we are automating a building using a elevator, in the same way whatever the development which you are doing in Agile, we are doing automation using some tools. What is the tools we will discuss. So now I will show you what is this pipeline, then after I will introduce you the tools. So this is a simple pipeline with different stages. Right? He is a developer. Okay, he has written the code, which is nothing but Zomato application. Okay, what he will do? Whatever he have written the code, he will store somewhere, right? He cannot store in his laptop. You need to store somewhere, because in companies many people will work together. Everyone should access. Like for suppose, if I convert this into the real life example, like for suppose I have like recently there is a my cousin engagement was done, right? What I will do, I will keep that photos in Google Drive, so that every family member can able to access that, every family member can able to see that. So in the same way, what companies will do, they use it to store the code in version control system. What is this version control system? It will like same like Google Drive. They use it to store the code here. So as a DevOps engineer, you don't need to know how to write the code. So developer will write the code, he will keep that code in the Google Drive. As a DevOps engineer, what is your job? You need to take that code, you need to build the code and package the code. How you will do? We are going to use some tool to do that. So if you don't know, just ignore. This is the demo and it's the first class. If you don't know, we are going to learn. So just observe the pipeline, that's it. Okay, as a DevOps engineer, we will take and we will generate and we will package. What is this package? I will come back. Okay, I will go to right. I will open the downloads programs. So if you see in Windows, it is called a setup file. Hey, I want this setup file to install software. So this is the team setup, this is the Telegram setup, this is the Visual Studio Code setup. What is this setup? This is nothing but a package in the form of .exe, right, which is nothing but application. So as a DevOps engineer, what is your job? So you need to take that code, you need to convert that into a setup file, right? After creating the setup file, what you will do, you will copy that setup file into multiple servers. So that is the simple pipeline. Okay, if you automate every box, so just imagine this is like train. Okay, in train you will be having different coaches and different right, different boxes. So every train will be attached to and it will run, right? If the engine starts, automatically every box will automatically run. In the same way, if you automate everything, nothing but whenever developer writes the code, so it will come and stored in the version control system, then automatically package will be generated and it will be copied into different servers. So how it will done, we will set up this, and we will set up simple pipeline. What is that pipeline? During Jenkins we are going to learn. Right, just imagine we have automated. So if we automate every box, that is called as continuous deployment. Nothing but everything will be automated. Whenever developer commits the code, it is automatically create a package, and after generating the package, it will copy into multiple environments. This, if you automate every box, it is called as continuous deployment. How you will automate it, I will show you in future. Okay, just if you automate every box, it is called call it as a continuous deployment. So in the interview they will ask what is a continuous deployment. So you need to tell, if you automate the total CI/CD process, then it is called as continuous deployment. Nothing but everything is automated. So what is this automation? If it is new to you, don't worry, you will learn step by step. In the first class it will be very difficult to know like what is this new concepts and all. It will be very confusing, but once you involve and once you practice, you will get some clarity, and you need to watch the recordings again, then you will get some clarity. Once you practice, you will get some more clarity. Like this, you will get some clarity, because in the beginning also, when I started learning DevOps, I used to feel like that itself. I used to feel confused. What is this pipeline and all? After watching the recordings again and again, slowly I have learned. So there is one more thing called as continuous delivery. Okay, so last but one. So everything was automated, but it is not released to the market, and customer cannot use, and it is within the company. It is ready to release to the market, and it is within the company. If you automate every box, but it is not released to the market, and it is within the company, and it is ready to release, then it is called as continuous delivery. Here you will not release, you will take the approval. In between you will take the approval of the company head, right? According their feedback, they used to deploy to this environment. So then it is called as continuous delivery. If you automate every box, it is called as continuous deployment. This one will be discussed. Okay, this part will be discussed again during Jenkins session. So if you don't understand, ignore. And whenever developer commits a code, we will generate a package, right? The two boxes will it called as continuous integration. So there will be continuous integration, continuous deployment, continuous delivery. So like for suppose he is a developer, he has written the code, and I said, right, he will store the code in some repository. What is that? Just imagine it is a Google Drive. Treat it as a Google Drive. So what we will do, we will take that code, we will test the code. If the code was successful, we will share the result to the developer. Okay, if it is getting error, developer will again fix the code, and he will again push the code to the source code repository. This process will be continuously going on. That is the reason it is called as continuous integration. Right? So now, until now I've told you, right, version control system. So version control system nothing but Git. Mostly, majorly, many companies are going to use a version control system called as Git. Git is nothing but a software which helpful us to store our code. So whatever developer write the code, right, he will use Git and he will store in GitHub. So for suppose if the developer written the code, so if he written the code, just a moment. Right, if he has written the code in Java, then we will use a tool called as Maven. Using this Maven, we are going to create a setup file. How we are going to do the setup file, I will show you practically when we start the sessions. But right now, just observe what are the tools we are using. If it is .NET, we are going to use MS Build. Right, I said, right, whenever we create a setup file, what we need to do, we need to copy that setup file into multiple servers. There, if you see, do you already have servers where I can deploy application? Deploy application nothing but the copy of your setup file. If it is server is not present, what you will do, using Terraform you are going to create that servers. Terraform is nothing but one tool. Okay, if the server is present, what you will do, you will use a configuration management tool called as Ansible. I said, right, if you want to install any software, you in the previously they used to log into one server manually, they used to install softwares. But I said, right, using some tools we can install in hundreds of servers within minutes. So Ansible is a tool which helps us to install any software. Like for suppose if you want to install Java, okay, Java 11 version in 10 servers. So you can write a simple Ansible playbook. Using that Ansible you can install like Java in 10 servers at a time. So what is that, how we are going to do everything step by step, we are going to learn. Today we are just discussing a demo and we are just implementing the tools. Which tool, what is the tool, what is the purpose of the tool, what is the purpose of Git? To store your source code, nothing but whatever developer written the code. What is the purpose of Maven? To create a package. What is the purpose of Terraform? To create a servers. What is the purpose of Ansible? To install the applications, necessary softwares. And Ansible and Chef both are same, and there is some difference. Okay, we are going to discuss this in upcoming sessions. And now mostly trending tool was Docker, right? So whenever you create a package, right, after creating the package, we will not copy that package directly to the server. We are going to use Docker. So what is this Docker? If you don't know, just imagine Docker is a Docker is nothing but a simple, if you compare with real life example, I said, right, whenever I learn, I will compare with real life example. Treat this Docker like where I said, right, whenever you create a package, you will convert it into an image, which is Docker image. Treat this Docker image as a CD. Okay, in olden days we used to watch movies, right? How we are going to watch movies? We used to purchase CDs from market. So inside that CDs, what we will be having? We will be having movies. So in the same way, this Docker has a CD which have the application, nothing but which have the our software application required. How CD will have a movie, in the same way in this Docker image you will be having a application related information. So using that CD, what we will do, we will insert that CD into a DVD player. We used to watch that movies. In the same way, what we are going to do, we will take that Docker image. Using that Docker image, we will play our application in the Kubernetes. So using this Docker image, we will be playing our application, nothing but deploying our application in Kubernetes. So what is this Docker? What is this Kubernetes? we are going to discuss deep dive step by step. But today's focus will be how this pipeline will work, what are the tools will be used. So if you want to get a job, you need to know Git, and you need to know Docker, you need to know Kubernetes, Terraform, Ansible. If you know all these tools, you can crack a job easily. And you need to know deep dive of every tool, why Docker will use, why Terraform will use, and they will ask in-depth questions of Terraform, some real life examples, everything. So we are going to discuss all these things. So previously, so I said, right, okay, you were told about pipeline, how this pipeline will be set up. This pipeline will be set up using a tool called as Jenkins. Jenkins is a tool which help us to create this whole pipeline. So you need to learn the Jenkins as well. In the previously, I have explained about Docker, right? I started with Git, I completed the Git, then after I explained the Jenkins, then I have explained last week Docker. Now I am next I am from tomorrow I am starting a Kubernetes. How, what is this Kubernetes? How we will use Kubernetes? We are going to learn complete Kubernetes in next 15 days. Our major focus on Kubernetes. So I will show you nearly 4 to 5 projects in Kubernetes. So I will implement this total pipeline. So first we will learn the Kubernetes, then after we will discuss about the projects, then after real life troubleshooting, real life tasks in Kubernetes. So if it is new for you, just join and check whether you can able to follow or not. Yeah, if in the beginning it will be like very difficult, but step by step you are going to learn. Right, this is the pipeline and this is the required tools. So just give me a moment, I will be back. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm back. So yeah, this is what we are you need to know. So these are the tools you need to know, learn, and you need to be perfect. And what I will do, I will just go to, right, this is the top website everyone will use, right, in India to get a job. I will simply search for DevOps engineer. What is the experience? I will keep 5 years. Location doesn't matter, just search. I will show you what are the tools they are expecting in the market. Right, Tech Mahindra, AWS DevOps engineer, IBM, so Accenture, Capgemini, so if you see top Simons, this is also top company. Now if you see many top companies are looking. So if you see Ansible, Terraform, Jenkins, so you need to know one cloud, that is AWS. So whatever I've shown you, right, you can see they are expecting the tools. Ansible, and let me come to this. So I said, right, agile software development. So you need to know knowledge of agile software development, how agile will work. and you need to have some communication skills. So Kubernetes, Jenkins, Ansible, right? CI/CD pipelines, building CI/CD pipeline, and this is for Accenture. So CI/CD pipeline, Terraform. So continuous integration, continuous delivery, continuous deployment, which we have discussed. So experience in any one cloud, AWS or Azure. If you know one cloud, you will automatically work on Azure as well. So version control, Git, configuration management, nothing but Ansible. So if you see, even the market is expecting the tools which I have shown you. So if you know these all tools, then definitely you can able to crack any interview. But for that, you need to learn and you need to be ready for every tool. So anyway, I'm going to share you the interview questions, real life, real time tasks of what in Kubernetes, what are the tasks you are going to work, what are the like tasks you will get. Right now, I am working in Wipro. I have total 5+ years experience. Right, I have worked on multiple projects, so I know like what are the questions they will ask. So I will take I have like many people who are already working as a DevOps engineer. I will take input from them as well, like what are the questions and what are the tasks they are doing daily. So I will collect the task and I will show what are the tasks I am working. Definitely I am going to share that one, as well as what are the tasks my colleagues are doing. That task also we are going to discuss. So in during Kubernetes part, I will tell you what are the tasks we are used to perform in Kubernetes. So now if you have any doubts, you can ask.